Hey Orbis, how you
Hey,
doing,
hi.
man?
Good, good.
It's been a while. It's been a
It's
while.
been a while. Very nice to see you.
Yes, same here. Same here. That's a nice room. You own a quite a few books and records there.
It's just some old stuff.
Right, right. That's nice. All right. Orbis, let's start. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
I always know you as a music guy since the beginning. So, um, if you don't know, the first time I tried to connect with you was when I organized a conference in Bandung, Indonesia, and Pai
Yeah,
was recommending you. So you
yeah.
were like on my list, on the top of my list,
Right.
since forever. And this is the first time I finally I can get you in um, my stuff. So I'm glad to see you here. Tell me about your background. How did you get into music industry? Because you've been in the music industry for a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the whole lifetime in the music scene. Uh, when when people say music industry, we always think about like how how you create your first business or your first job. But I prefer talking about when I was in college. I organized some small gigs and small festival with some friends, and uh, back then I met with many indie bands in the very early days for Taiwan music scene. There was a very beginning of indie bands emerging and also
When was this?
creating.
What year was this?
There was 1990, 97, 98,
Oh, okay,
98,
okay,
around
okay,
98.
cool. Right.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
people begin to create their own songs, their own music,
Hmm.
organizing bands, organizing their own shows, and which is more and more possible. And I was also in part of that.
Hmm.
So I get to know
This is in
many.
Taiwan, yeah.
Yeah, in Taiwan, all in Taiwan. I study college in Taiwan, and so I got to know many indie bands. But
Hmm.
after military service, I I went to work for internet company for a very short time, and then very quickly back to the music scene very soon because
Right.
some other music people invited me to join their company to run the live house together, and
Oh,
which is
okay. This is the
yeah,
wall.
which
The
is
wall
yeah, it is the war, and it is 2005. Yeah,
is a
so
really cool venue. It's a really cool venue. Yeah,
yeah, it
you
was very
invited
cool.
me once. I didn't watch a show, but I you invited me once there, and then we visit, and then you show stuff, and it's really cool, man.
Yeah, I spend most of my when I just took over and managed the company and the venue. I remodel almost every detail. So that is
Mm,
why I can easily explain all the very detail of the venue, including the sound system design and all the arrangement in the floor plan, every detail.
mm.
So that is where I began to be known in the music industry.
Okay, okay. So the wall is your first masterpiece, yeah. Your first that bring you to the scene. Not bring
Yeah.
you. You've been there for a while, but then you start to get more connection, more event under your name, and more jobs under your belt.
Yeah, it's because uh because back to early 2000s, Taiwan music industry is uh, mostly only for Mandarin pop music, and
Mm,
is all mostly controlled and run by major labels, local major labels, and also international major as well. And they are not interested. They are they are interested at signing some bands, but they found it's not easy to manage bands. Always too much conflicts, and some bands they are not easy to be commercialized.
mm,
They found many problems. So when I was doing managing the venue, I tried to be the bridge to connect uh, the indie venue to the label and company. So I also brought some. I also brought some major artists to play the venue, so which also bring make us get to know by many mainstream people, which is also very important. And also the
mm,
other side is the other thing is uh, that day early 2000 is also the days the major label they are not running so well. So at that time, some creative people they decided to do by their own. So
mm.
they created the whole records and only give the master for major label to release only, not not let the label involved into the production and also creative
Right.
part. Even
There's
the co-
distribution deals, some sort
yeah
of some
yeah
sort.
yeah some are distribution deal, but some are still they are kind of they sell the whole masters to the labels,
Mm,
and even they design their own cover art. They don't let the label to involve into the design of the cover art or anything. Also, promotion, everything. So there are so many artists. They looks like indie artists, even they work with a major label.
okay.
Yeah, and
Okay. So how
so
did you think the wall plays part in that transformation, in that development?
hmm? Sorry again. Pardon.
How do you think how would you describe the wall, uh how you call it, how do you think the wall influenced that? How what part does the wall plays in that development?
Okay. So because we create the venue and we we work with many indie company like
Hmm,
music promoter, indie label. So we try to support every small indie music company. So we create a lot of successful shows and make it more and more important for any promotion campaign.
hmm.
For example, like even some film release, they also do
Oh,
event at the wall because the wall became like a hub, like for the all the hipster, cool young people. They
right.
always follow up what we are do, what event we have every monthly. So that is we became more and more like important in the whole cultural scene, and so that we work closely with some artist management company for sure, because we always make some plans with them and even doing some tour for them. But for major label, they also notice the trends, so they also come to us to bring their artist roster to us, and we also make some plan with the major label as well. So, which is like people get to know each other, collaborate with each other is more, and especially actually in our music scene, like major company and major production, they are also use a lot of indie artists to provide them some creative. So which is very naturally we are part of the process. I would not say it's because of us, but we are also part of it, and we naturally became part of the success of indie
Right,
music in Taiwan. Yeah.
right. So, speaking of artists and development, you've managed quite a few bands, yeah, and promoted quite a few
Yeah.
international artists. Tell me
Yeah.
about what. Um, Tell me about your tenor there.
It's quite it's quite interesting. Like back to uh, early 2000, even early 2010s. That days, the world was like kind of like the only and biggest indie music company in Taiwan. So we
The only
always
what?
think
Say again.
this the only big indie
Oh,
music
okay,
company.
okay.
Yeah. So we always think about the strategy uh, as the whole music scene, not only our company.
Mm,
Because if the whole music scene is spending, and then we can naturally get the benefit. And but our company, if the music scene, the whole music market is not going to the direction we hope to, and then our business will be very limited because it will be back to, you know, different direction. And
right.
so we always think about like how to develop all the, including artists, the music scene, even how the music consumer behavior. For example, like when merchandise was not so much commercialized long time ago, and we think about, okay, how do other countries do it? So we try to make it more attractive to consumer and even educate more than what the company should do. Educate the consumer how to buy merchandise and how to use merchandise and what do you use, how to make more and more people wearing bands merchandise, and also in other ways like getting in the venue. And so it's very naturally like a lot of artists come to us to ask for help, like should we play certain event, should we play certain new festival, should we how do we improve our production on stage. And we also train some engineers. It's quite funny, like we found some, I just go to say to some indie artists like hey, you play good guitar, how about learning some engineering? And we overuse some class. We even create our own class. We train them by ourselves, and we put them on stage to learn how to do the sound engineering. So we are like doing everything in our own company.
This is still the
And
wall, yeah. This is
yeah,
under the
yeah,
wall flag, yeah.
yeah.
That's nice.
Even
All right.
it's just a venue, but it's like the whole resources for all the
Mm.
musicians, indie artists. So so naturally I was involved with more and more bands about their touring, their commercial shows, their production of their live shows. And so I decided, and more artists come to me, other company come to me. So I decided, okay, everybody asked me to start a new company to do the artist management and also label. So I started the label
Mm.
and manage the artist at first. And then because at first I think we can work with the record label to distribute the music and CDs, but I realized the deal was not too good for us. So Actually, when I was in college, I helped my friends to run an indie label in 90s.
Hmm.
So I kind of know how to DIY everything, but I combine with some knowledge. I I try to ask all from all the professionals like in major labels, like how do you do this, how do you do that. So I started the label, so that's why I began to manage and many bands, and also the
Right.
international artist shows. It was very easy, like thinking. The thinking is very easy. Like if we want to make our music scene more diverse and more, competitive for the consumers, for everyone, and even make Taiwan music scene more connected with international, we should bring more international artists.
Hmm.
So even back to 2007, we promoted. I make a plan like I need to at least promote one international artist every month, and there was not really a business. It was like a more cultural strategy. Like we want to make it more more new artists coming to our venue, and also our venue can learn a lot of things from international artists because how they doing the production, how they working on the
Hmm.
business, and also always every time I invited like uh, thousands of indie musicians. I told them you have to come to the show to see how they're performing.
Right.
You need to learn, and I can also connect you with the artists. You can try to exchange some idea, something like that. So that's what we were doing. But after that, after 2007, like in 2009, we are like we promoted international artists or regional like Japanese artists like every week. So
Every
and we
week.
follow, yeah, and also I slowly changed the whole production design to the international standards. So that's why a lot of international artists they love to play at the world because almost everything is ready and we
Right.
can easily meet their standards. So that is also a very important part, which is also most people ignore. Like most
Yeah.
people, even in the industry, only think, okay, I can have the space, I can rent the space, I can buy some very nice equipment, like nice speakers. They only know that, but they don't know how to, a lot of details like how do you load in, how do you load out, how do you create a comfortable space for artists, and also how do you make the switch. We can even do 3 shows in one day, so that is kind of like
Right.
impossible for most people, but we did it, and for years,
Three
and
shows
every
per
in a
day
day, in
in
one
in
day,
one
yeah,
day. Right.
yeah. So which is quite like impossible and very interesting. In the weekend, basically, we our venue run is 24 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, that
that
is
is
a
nice.
very very funny thing if you see
Right.
how
That.
it turns.
Right. Right. That's really cool, man. So, okay. Now, how do you choose who? Like, for example, you invite um you have an international band come like the professional level and then you think that local musicians or Taiwanese or Taipei musicians can learn something from them, and then how do you choose who do you invite, or what quality are you looking for from the local musicians?
uh, yeah, for sure. We need to follow local music trend as well. But we also sometimes try do some experiment. But if we say basically we are still kind of like indie rock venue. So and also most indie bands, their music is still indie rock. So we
Mm.
are still mainly focused on indie rock. We are not doing because we tried did some like for example like some hip hop indie band, but it was very bad because not many local hip hop fans they really care about indie hip hop in our music scene. Yeah,
Oh,
which
okay.
is very sad. Yeah, it was not successful, but I still remember the show was really nice, but very sadly we don't have many audience. So
Hmm.
we still need to compromise with the market, and we need to run the business, and it is not easy. So
Yeah.
uh, if if we talk about how do I choose, usually I still have kind of I have the self confidence about my music taste. To be honest, like
Okay.
I think this music, this urban is good, and of course I did a lot of research, like how the critics says, and I try to follow up all the international music trends, and when Pitchfork come up, and I keep looking up on Pitchfork all the times. So that
Pitchfork.
is yeah, the media.
Yeah.
So and also I travel a lot. So even I
Right.
met you in Seoul to see the showcase festival,
Yeah.
because I like to dig and discover some new bands by my eyes, and also experience the every local culture, because I found out that it is very different if you go to a different place to see the show and to experience the local music scene. So um I would say like I would like to present all the different music culture to people in Taiwan, because
Mm.
in Asia we are kind of like isolated with each other, and we are small islands everywhere. We did a lot of business with foreign countries, but we don't really do cultural exchange with each other. So I like to bring more and more what it looks like for international indie artists. How do they survive? How do they do the production? How many people in the touring party?
Mm.
And and how an audience can see how their performance is on the stage. That is very different with what they are listening to their CDs or even digital. That
Right.
is very important. So I would prefer some like, especially the difference. If the band the difference in their life is very crazy, very attractive, which is like easier to bring people from their comfortable room to the live shows. So I will also consider that. So good music, attractive artists, and the good life is quite more considered point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually I never thought of this because I never like manage a venue. So I always think when I used to live in Indonesia, I used to think that we need to go out and learn what happened in other country, and then we bring
Yeah.
it home, and then we try to create what's fit for us. But it's really hard because it's different. On your case, those bands from outside, international bands, come to Taiwan, and then so the case is becoming local, and that's really smart. And that's I think that's the how you call it, the importance of uh, managing a venue that you can bring people in, and then you can invite local artists to connect with them.
Yeah,
That's really, really, really cool. Um, so if
yeah.
you
If a lot of musicians they have a lot of unforgettable memories in our venue. Of course, they want to play on our stage, which is like I try to create this stage more and more, you know, important in people's minds because they feel this stage is amazing and very cool place, cool spot. I need to get on stage because I cannot attract artists by money. If Taiwanese artists, if they are popular, they can easily get a lot of money in China, other place, bigger stage. It's a small venue. It's only 700 capacity, even smaller, 600 only. So 600 capacity, we cannot really attract artists by money, but uh, we need something else, like connect with people, and
right, right.
also to play on a legendary stage and unforgettable memory, even on a stage or out of stage. Yeah,
So it started in 2005. Yeah, it's 19 years
yeah, yeah,
already. Wow,
yeah.
wow,
it
that's a
was
long
a
time, bro.
it
Is
was a long time. Yeah.
the wall is older than my daughter. Uh, all
I believe
right.
so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what advice would you give to upcoming artists?
At first, nowadays, the environment is very different. So, for example, a lot of artists became very big, very in a very short time because of internet. They can spread their influence very quickly. So, more and more artists they just play like a big venue, like a 1,000, even 2,000 capacity venue, and for their first ever show, and which is crazy, and for me, it's not possible, like because you don't have
Oh, okay.
enough experience, and you don't know how audience react to what you play. So I would recommend that like they still better play from smaller venue, like 300, 500, 700, something like this. They can easily see the audience face.
Hmm.
If they can see the audience face and in a smaller room, and they can feel the emotion flowing in the space, which is very important. And they can also react to audience. They can exchange, interact with their audience. That is the most important part for me, like in the live shows, because if you can manage this kind of feeling, and then you can easily get to much bigger stage. But if you don't, you can only play by playing. But a lot of things you can make plans, but there are still lots of things. Is like chemistry, like dating like it's like dating. Even you fall in love with each other, but sometimes it turns bad. So this is how I feel about live shows. So one thing is, I hope the newcomers, new artists nowadays, they should play more shows. And even it's not for money, it's not only for promotions, it's also for your better live performance. and better live performance can extend your lifetime of music career.
Mm.
It is very important, and it is also your the greatest weapons when you are trying to do promotion for your new music or anything. So that is one thing. I think artists, especially nowadays, a lot of artists, they even don't want to organize a band. They are basically like a solo. They do everything on their computer, their own home studio, and then when they are before they go to stage, they just organize with some session prayers, which is very different. Nowadays the culture already very different, especially in Asia. In every country, I can see a lot of bands. They are actually solo artists, but they make it a name under a name, but actually they are solo artists.
Mm.
So the live performance is actually not so good, especially for new artists. Even I can see a lot of musicians, their technique, their creative is better than old days because uh, nowadays they can easily learn a lot of things on YouTube
Mm.
and also on internet. They can get a lot of resources. They can even make some friends with some musicians very far away, and also they can they can travel to different countries much easier than before in Asia. I mean, so so I think to really organize a new band and to try to get some more chemistry with audience, they need to do some small shows still. So that is one thing I feel very
Right.
important for new artists nowadays. And second thing is I would encourage them to seek for professional advice because there are too much information on internet, but which is not 100% correct. So
Right. Right.
especially experience like it is not easy to get on internet because depends on different situation and different time, and for different artists we provide different advice, which is very important for this business because you cannot, you know, in the there are maybe 100 different developing paths for artists. So how do you know which path is the path you
Right.
should take? So the professional advice, including like normative about the contract, about the music rights, about the production, about the live performance, even the tour plan, promotion plan, all everything you all need to seek for professional advice, which means I would encourage indie bands work with professional company, not only do it by yourself because DIY is cool because I was also from that background, but during after I got into this industry, I work with many professional people. I realized one thing is like there are too much professional knowledge and experience in this industry. So if it's possible and you can afford it, you should seek for professional help. So
Right.
but I found that nowadays a lot of artists they just started their own company. They don't work with anyone. They just hire one assistant doing everything, or especially in Asia, it's like everywhere. Like all the artists, they are very smart. They can, they can contact anyone on internet through social media. hey, this festival, I want to play your festival, something like this. And if so, it's like they don't need any agent. They don't trust managers. They don't want to sign contract with anyone, and which is very bad relationship with the world, because it's always teamwork, no matter what. Like you need you especially need one manager. Maybe he or she doesn't know everything, but he understands you, and he also smart to try to find the best person to help you. When you need a good stylist, he or she can try to find the best stylist you can afford and suitable for you. And when you need some music help, like some production advice or something, you also need some help from professional. So I try it. I I help a couple artists about that. Like I always need to spend a lot of time trying to persuade them. Like how about let's work with this one, let's work with that one, which costs me a lot of time. But most of course, it's not 100%. The collaboration is very happy ending, but it is like more than 50%. It turns out like we make the artist upgrade to another level. So this kind of open-minded and also working with professional is very important, because sometimes I'm not so old, but I'm kind of like older generation already in this indie music scene. But so sometimes we don't have the position to say like, hey, maybe you should ask some, older people. Especially nowadays, like young people, they are kind of refuse to work with anyone older than maybe 5 year older than them. It's kind they don't really say it, but I just found out like they seems they think they only want to work with same generation with them. It's kind of like
Right.
the trend nowadays. So it's kind of sad, because no matter for production, the music writing, or the touring, the business, the music release, I also see a lot of music release. They have they spend a lot of money on promotion, but the the people who say that they are in charge of the promotion, they never have any music promotion experience, which is ridiculous, and it's a big loss for the artist, because maybe that's their first album, second album, and the artists, they spend huge money by themselves from their pocket. It is crazy, like in Taiwan, like a lot of artists, they spend like millions dollars from their pocket, but
Oh,
they find
okay.
some they hire some young people. They feel they are cool, but they don't have any experience, and to manage the whole project, to do the promotion, to do the release, because they believe they know everything. But for example, like they spend huge money on music videos. When I ask, what is your point to make this music video? What is your strategy? They cannot answer. They only feel, okay, it's a cool music video. It's a lot of money. And the if the artist is rich, okay, you can spend your money. But if you are not rich and you need to save a lot of money when you are touring, you cannot afford to hire a technician to support your live shows. And why do you spend huge money, like a half million Taiwan dollars, uh, to on a music video? and put on YouTube for 2,000 views, which is unreasonable for me. Like, why are you doing this? But it's like everyone doing it. So every artist, I want to be a big artist, so I also need to do it. That is very crazy for me. Like, why do they feel they need to do it? So it's the same. I remember like some Korean friends, music friends, they ask me like, how come the Taiwanese artists always have very nice visual art on stage, like LED or projection, video projection, and very creative design, drawing or videos, because it looks like very expensive. So it's also like the mindset, like, because they fear other people doing that, so I need to do it too. And because in Taiwan we have many professional concert production people, so you can easily spend your money, but not everything is necessary. If you play
Right.
for arena shows, even for arena show, you cannot try to have everything. But for now, you always need to make some difficult choice. Like, what do you want? What is important for you, and how to uh, express express your music and creative mostly. And that is why all the shows need some one producer or manager or someone to do that, because artists, they are not blind, but they are always blind on themselves. They cannot, because they can never see their own shows. So that is, I always feel very sad, and it's a big loss if more and more Asian artists realize that they need to learn and they need to seek for professional help.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's for local artists with that particular problem in Taiwan. What would you, if this international artist wanted to come to Taiwan, what can they expect? What kind of experience that they can expect in Taiwan? For
International artists, or
yes, in international artists that wanted to play in Taiwan.
I feel in Asia every music scene is very different. It's like so basically, I would say like this kind of culture, like indie label, small gigs, even for festivals, everything is all from Western countries, and we are all influenced by the Western cultures. But in every Asia countries, it develops locally in many different ways. So Japan have their own very unique culture on the shows. So how they develop, and they call the venue called the live house, which is Japanese create this kind of concept, and Korean also have their own different culture, and Taiwan have its own different culture as well. So, but no matter what, I think for any artist, they should try to reach out to uh, the local label or local promoter or local artist they like, because it depends on what kind of music they play, and they should not just Google or find some certain venue. Okay, the venue seems cool, and maybe we can play that. That is cool, but it's better if they have some local help to
Right.
connect people, to connect the good, promotion media, and try to make some friends as well. Because if you get to know more local friends, you can create some friendship, and people love to connect with each other. Especially, uh, you know, we can make some cool friends in different countries. People love that. So at first, try to reach out to some cool labels, cool promoters. You think, oh, they do some cool things, they do some good music, and you just reach out to them, ask them for some advice, like what kind of shows you think we is good for us to play, and which venue you think we should play, and which artists we should play together, and what kind of promotion we can try. That is a very a lot of communication, and try to work locally, like local people. That is very important because promotion and playing shows, everything is very local. Uh, it's very local activities. You cannot just apply one certain things to different people. If you
Mm.
play an arena show, which is another case, but if you play at a small indie venue, you need to try. You are still trying to develop your own fan base locally. You need to connect with local people. So that is uh, what I think important for every artist try to different market. Yeah,
Right, right. That's a really good advice. Connection and relationship is important because this is a music industry is a connection business, and I
yeah,
100% agree with that. Okay, Can I ask you about your gig at Hermosa? Because this is
yeah,
not music. Yeah, I
yeah.
was. Yeah, can you
That
tell
is
me?
a hair salon actually.
Oh, okay. But you work with artists, like musical artists, and
Hair salon is is hair mosa is a hair salon, and also is also a styling academy. So we also have some course to teach the to try to train the stylist, like a new style and also technique or creative part, because we have many clients like from the musicians, artists, models, actresses, for example. And
mm,
it's very simple, like it's very funny and simple, like back to 2000, maybe 17, 18, 17, 18.
mm,
I just closed the war and closed the company. I mean, the venue is still running now, but I closed my own company for the war. Yeah, so I was like doing nothing, and my friend he supported me for a long time. He was my very long time friend as well, and he is a very famous hairstylist in Taiwan.
mm.
And he asked me, he want to create a new company, try to help uh, stylists to do the right thing, like no matter the technique or how to create the role of the stylist. They he want to make the stylist can really do the stylist job, which
Okay,
sounds which sounds strange because they are they simple saying, like they are not doing the design back mostly, because people think they are only put your hair better. That's all.
mm,
They are not involved into uh, uh, how the artists, how the actress, how the models they dress. And also a lot of stylists, they call themselves stylists, but they don't know how to do the styling. So that is
Okay.
another
That's kind of
story anyway.
strange. Right.
Yeah. So so because he supported me a lot on the artists I managed before, and he also worked
Mm,
with many uh, famous celebrity. So when he tried to, because we are very close friends, so he asked me a lot of questions. Like he came to me like every 3 days, and every time 5 hours, something like that. Ask many
okay.
questions like how to register the company, like how to hire people, how much I should pay for this one and that one, how do I make a financial plan. He doesn't know anything at all, actually. Even he is
Mm,
very successful, but it's for sure. You if you are in the creative industry, you just make money by your professional. You don't need to know any business thing. So and then after a couple times, he realized that he asked me, "Can you be my consultant and join my new business?" I say, I because I try to stop him like don't open a company. It's just this disaster. It's too much job. Like I keep trying
okay.
to stop him, but he was like a dreamer, and we are very easy influenced by the dreamer. Like okay, let me help you. so so we started a company together, including we opened a hair salon. We
Okay.
found we make the design, the decoration, even the floor map. I changed the whole floor map, like how to arrangement, how to make it a cool and new idea for the hair salon. So this yeah, it's been a long time, like in 2018. And I started to consult with the stylist as well, like
Mm,
try to make them change their mindset, like how to uh, work with artists, how to work with artist management company. I have been the role of the other side, so I can
right. Right.
easily tell them, okay, maybe you need to understand the process and how do they think about this. So it's like two different sides. So I always bump into artists and also industry people in the hair salon sometimes. And people ask me, "Oh, it's such a coincidence. You are also coming for haircut,"
Oh.
because
Okay.
because a lot of people they didn't notice I was also doing that business. So, but it's
Right.
actually very interesting. Like it's actually connected because I found out one thing. The experience I work with in music industry, for example, like how do I manage the venue, how do I manage the creative people like musicians or the staff, even the engineer. They have their own professional, but they are very artists. Uh,
Right.
the experience communicate and manage these people. I understand for company side, we want to manage them, but they are the most difficult people for anyone to manage. So it's
Who?
actually the same for hairstylists.
Oh, really? As a musician is like crazy already.
Yeah, and and hairstylist is also very crazy actually,
Oh,
because
okay. Good to know.
they feel they do all the shit job by themselves. So why do hair salon can take a cut from their job? And because they have this kind of relationship, and also they are compete with each other because only one stylist can work with for one celebrity, so they are
Oh,
kind of very artistic. So the artist mindset, which is I'm very familiar. And so when we started the company together, I I didn't do anything they are afraid of, because here's people I work with. They used to be uh, doing in different hair salon, and which is always the most famous, the most successful company. So when the business go into chaos, they always try to hire the professional business management advisor, consultant, this kind of person to help their business, which is always bring them to disaster, because uh, the so-called professional business consultant, usually they don't know anything about creative industry. They don't know how the creative people's mindset and thinking. Like
Right.
it's the same for music company. Like you can hire professional manager to the management, to the inner management for the big label company, big production company. But if you use these people to be in communication with artists, which is always go to disaster.
Right.
So this kind of experience, and even different industry, different domain know-how, different knowledge, but a lot of things is very similar, like how to run the business, how to communicate with creative people, how to make the brand, the company, or the salon looking cool, how to put some, cultural, uh, cultural flavor, cultural things into the new business. So, which is what I can help them.
Right. So there's connection, yeah, between two different fields, but still in the creative
Yeah,
um corridor. What do you call it? Same.
and the cool thing is, most of the stylists, they are music lovers. So even they don't know anything about the music things, but they listen to music all the time. They go to shows every month. They love music, so they are very. It's kind of cool. Like they love to work with musicians,
Right.
artists. Yeah.
Okay. So, what's your upcoming project? What's do you have any
Uh,
that you want to share?
yeah, I'm now working on a new festival, but which
Oh,
is still
in
in
Taipei.
the process. Yeah, probably in Taipei. Yeah, but because there are too many unconfirmed details, so I have nothing to say. But
But you
after
are
ten
preparing a
years,
new
because
festival, yeah?
yeah, yeah,
When?
10.
This year? Next year?
I fear it's gonna be next year. It's gonna be next year. But
Gotcha.
last time my senior friends in Japan, he told me that you always say next year, next year, and next year. It's been 10 years. You never organize any festival.
Okay, so this
But
is the time.
yeah, he is more senior, older than me. I can only respect him. I cannot say, "Hey, come on."
Right.
It's not an easy job. But I'm
Right.
working on a new festival, because uh actually I now also be consultant with some artists. They uh one new artist and one already established artist, but they want to, they are not too popular in Taiwan, but they are already full time musicians. They they can make some money for their, they can make a living basically. So but they are kind of stuck in certain point. So they ask my help to try to make them upgrade to next level. So I still do some job to help some artists as well. But the bigger project will be, I would say, uh, I'm trying to work on a new international festival, music festival in
That's cool.
Taipei.
That's cool. So, I mean, this is a standard question, but what, how do you see the future of Asian music?
Mm.
What will happen here? Not here in Asia. I'm in America. Still feel I'm in Asia because I talk with you.
Is the Asian music scene kind of like in your agenda for these pockets? I sometimes kind of confused. Should I talk to people in United States or talk to people in Asia? Because we are, you are from Asia.
Right? Yeah. Because I think when I moved here in 2018 after the event in Taipei, um, I don't know what's going on here because this is I'm new in I live in a new country. I've been traveling everywhere, but living outside of Indonesia, this is the first time I live outside of Indonesia. So I didn't know what to expect. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I only know that we need to move out. And then we need to bring our daughter to school and get better education. That's the only thing that was in my mind. And then after a while, there's a lot of I live in San Francisco Bay Area, and there's a music scene here. There's a lot of clubs, so bands that are touring in North America, if they decide to making a stop in North California, they usually play in San Francisco or
Yeah.
in Berkeley or in San Jose where I live. So there's a lot of bands here. So I'm pretty busy being like an audience, like enjoying the bands that was in my wish list for years and years because they never come to Indonesia and it's really hard to find them. Like if they ever play festivals in Europe, but then on that year I don't go to Europe, I don't have a chance to go to Europe, then I'll miss them completely. And going to America from Southeast Asia is pretty expensive, so I kind of enjoy that the first few years. So I'm just like being a fan, like going to clubs by myself and watch the band that have been like I've been listening to them like for 30 years, and then I'm like, whoa, I finally watched them. So I kind of enjoy become that person. And then I think only a few days ago, so I start this project so about 2 weeks ago. I just started. No, seriously, I just started because I saw by and some other folks went to UK with the British Council, so they went to the Great Escape and then Focus Wales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I used to be on those groups. I used to
Yeah.
one of the guy that goes, and I was a partner of British Council, so I kind of remember what it's like going to showcase festivals and then meet the music industry, and then going to South Korea, going to Taipei,
Yeah.
hang out with people like you. So I kind of, hey, I miss that. I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's happening there
I
in
know one
outside
day you will
America.
be back.
So I announced that I was retiring 6 years ago. I'm like, I'll retire. I'm just going to focus here. But then I found
Yeah.
some times to spend, and here I am. So you're my second guest already, and on my notes now on the planning, I kind of, I think I can bring like around guests from around 30 countries. At least that's what in the on my list now. And then I think it's going to be like unique from American perspective because America talking about Americans, like American music industry talking about themselves all the time. And then
Yeah, of course. It's too
yeah,
big.
because it's big already. There's abundant resources everywhere. So when I see that, hey, there's something going on there. So I don't know. I'll just grab this and then bring it to the States. I don't know how far can I go. I can just walk, uh, not making progress at all, but at least I can connect with you guys again, talking, and then probably I can help promoting. I don't know, connect with somebody in America, because in America everything is like literally everything is possible. So we'll see how far we can go.
One thing very interesting is uh, I have been knowing you for a long time, and also even for very very early days, I email with some music people from Indonesia. But I
Hmm.
never been to Indonesia.
Hmm. But you never
I
until
never,
now?
nothing ever. But last year was my first time. I went
Oh,
to last year. I went to Jakarta, and also I went to Bali Island. That was my first time ever going to
oh, interesting.
Indonesia, and seriously, like I was so impressed about Indonesia, and also I keep telling people like Indonesia will be the kind of like American country in Asia because it is big enough, and also the cultural, the creative, the energy. It's a young country, a lot of young people, and it's gonna be developing very very fast and became very important music market for Asia. But I was so regretful, like how come I didn't go to the country much earlier? Because I
Right.
know many friends like you for a long time, but I think it's like because your question was about like how the Asia going to be. To be honest, I
Right.
don't have many. I don't have I don't I kind of just don't know how things going after getting older because like things are more and more difficult to predict. But I feel Southeast Asia, like everyone say, is going to be important, but which is complicated because different country, the politics, it's not about transportation or something. It's about the politics, the culture, the market, the language, even the
Hmm.
religions. Make I still don't remember which is when is the period like we should not organize concert in Malaysia. I still don't remember it.
Right.
It's, but it's like the basic knowledge for Malaysian people or anyone try to do business in Malaysia. And also, I don't know anything about the religions in different country as well. I'm not familiar. So I think in Asia the culture is too complicated and the commercial the business is just in the developing. So there are lots of potential opportunity, of course. But for the music wise, to be honest, I still feel we are still following the trend, the music trend from United States, America, and also UK. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
America.
yeah. So I think it's it's still like that. So we are just keeping up. Yeah, but most people for the mainstream market, everything is about K-pop. I guess K-pop is still do the whole Asia mainstream music for another
Right.
10 years, I believe. So so I guess besides mainstream K-pop music, the indie or locally uh, locally indie music or singer songwriter or rock band, this kind of music scene is going to be more and more locally actually. So we always talk about like how to make a bridge with different Asian countries. Like we can exchange the artists, the music culture. For example, like for a long time, we create between the bridge between Japan and Taiwan, so we can easily bring all the new artists from Japan to Taiwan, and Taiwanese artists can also play in Japan, and some people are interested, which is difficult, but it's possible. And also nowadays, more and more young people in Taiwan, they try to listen to and see the live shows from Korean indie bands. 5 years, 10 years ago, it's difficult to imagine like so many young people they listen to Korean indie music. So I guess it will be very soon like young people could try to find out some other uh, countries indie music, but it's not about the business or commercial wise. It's about the cultural exchange. So if artists or if people in industry can realize that and try to do things more about the cultural purpose, and which it will be more and more active, like the Asian countries cultural exchange. But we also made some threats, like because for example in Korea, like the big company they try to buy out everything, try to buy out all the catalog, artist management. They are kind of, and also it's the same in Japan. Like it's it also enter in a very chaos situation. Like some company fall down and some company getting bigger. Some, but it's all about the big capital, you know, big capital holdings, like big company. They use the capital to influence this industry. But of course, we this industry we always need the money to create new things. But I don't know where it goes because it's more and more money, but people are in a very wild, very wild world. Like people like kill each other. It's not like we sit down and talking about we can have more money, and then how do we use this money to create some better things. It's not like that. It's about like sometimes some certain people you don't know, but they have huge money and they sign a cool artist, and based on our experience, the past experience, which is never be good because we see that too many times. People with big money sign an artist, they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to do it. They only think, okay, I have this kind of big money and I can do it. I have so much resources. Uh, I have to say, like nowadays in Asia, there are much more money than before, and it's a
Mm.
big opportunity for sure. But uh, I also worry about because the music scene, the music culture, it always rely on sometimes cultural. You need some time to develop the artist, the music culture. You need to create a generation to follow up on the music culture, which is difficult job and which takes time. But
Mm.
if it became like something, some like a money game, it's gonna be very difficult for everyone.
Okay, that's a wise words from you. Okay, so shit, I forgot what I was going to ask you. Uh, while we're here, you talk about K-pop, and I remember, was it during the 90s, like late 90s probably? There was a big Taiwan pop named EFSA.
Hmm?
EFSA, F4, I think, how they,
Yeah,
and it's
F4. Yeah,
really big in Indonesia. They have this concert in Senayan, Jakarta, and
yeah,
it's like 50,000 people showed up.
yeah.
And
They are
then
big
now it's
in
gone.
whole Asia,
Where are they?
even Philippines, Japan.
I know that was before Japan pop. That was before K-pop. So what happened? Do you know what happened?
Uh, what do you mean? What happened? Why
What
this
happened?
group or
Yeah, why they're gone? And then where's the Taiwan pop? Oh,
actually uh so F4 is from a TV series, right?
yeah, it's a drama. What do you call it?
Yes, a drama. Yeah, yeah. So the problem is actually about our TV production company. So which I also found out is like
Sorry, it's
impossible job.
Meteor Garden. Yeah, 2001.
2001. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like the very like because from like 80s 90s our the Taiwan's TV shows TV production was very strong in whole Asia. So in early 2000 this drama was very successful. They used the Japanese script and to make the Taiwan production. It was from Japanese comics, you know.
Oh, I didn't know
You
that.
don't know?
Okay. No.
Yeah, yeah. So the comic, so the background is the comic was very successful in basically whole Asia, and Japanese didn't do it, but Taiwanese make the comic into a TV drama. So
Interesting. Okay.
it is also it was a kind of like a Taiwan and Japan working together to make it huge. So actually, Taiwanese are very good and familiar with this. For example, like in 90s, a lot of K-pop, their label is by a Taiwanese company, Taiwanese label called Rock Records. So Taiwan was like the first wave of exporting K-pop to the world.
Mm.
There was a Taiwanese label. There was Taiwanese company. So after, but the problem and the structure of the TV production in Taiwan was like in early 2000 Taiwanese was like losing our face about entertainment, and too much money goes to technology company, and also the structure of the TV production, film production was like from the older generation. Taiwan was ruled by KMT, so they also control all the company, TV station, everything. So uh, when Taiwan was liberalized, like we are kind of like liberalize everything in our society. So they kind of, and also the internet was coming, so the TV station is kind of uh, getting weaker and weaker back then. So after that, they don't have so much money anymore. They don't have simple saying they don't have so much ambitious plan and project to do something like they sign a license from a Japanese company and doing a big production, something like that. So they are also getting weaker and weaker in Southeast Asia. And also one thing very important is for a long time, a lot of professional money and everything, they all go to China. Of course, a lot of them make huge money, but China's market and open up like absorb all the professional and money and resources from Taiwan to China. And in China also they are like open up many TV station in different province in China. So they have huge resources, huge money. So that is like 20 years or 30 years. A lot of creative people, professional, they all move to China to be consultant,
Oh,
to be higher level manager in China. So for Taiwan, it's like everybody believe it's not the market, the money is shared, something like that. So it's not very active for the TV production.
okay.
There is a lot of factors join together and to make this result. Yeah,
Right,
I only did some what I observed back then. So
right.
after that, Taiwan cannot create any drama big and popular because people believe they don't have money, and a lot of cool professional people, they need to make money, make a living, or they they want to try something bigger, something more ambitious. They move to China to try. But good news is these 5 years, more and more people move back. You know,
Okay, okay.
so I think we have a very good chance in next 5 to 10 years. I mean, about TV production. So maybe something amazing, something interesting will become up very soon.
That is
We all
nice.
believe that, yeah, because we kind of developed for past 5 years. Uh, Everyone is trying to create the all the structure, like how to get the investor, how to create, how to build some entertainment fund to invest into new drama, new movies, and also there are many many different institutes train the new talent, new professionals, and also there are some new works which is very refreshing, not like before. It's not like I mean it's like more and more developed from you know from the bottom to the top, not like before. Before it was always from the top. because the structure was by the TV station decide everything. But that age was gone for a long time. We are kind of creating a new structure. So so for now, I have to say our TV production and everything is not really like up to date. Like it's not 100% like in live in nowadays. It's still like a lot of influenced by the old days, but it's getting better and better. So still, every time uh, I like to say one example is like recently I help I wo- I be- I'm consulting with TV shows for the for the band shows. There will be a new band show TV shows in July on TV station. So which is that project is by a TV station. So the experience working with a TV station, this is not the first time, but still I still kind of like shocked. Like it is 2024 now, but you feel that people in TV station they are still like in 90s, in 80s.
Right.
Their
Right.
their work culture, their concept, how they design things, the process they are working, which is very sad because there are already some other shows. The show is about hip hop music last year, which is very successful. So now TV people they are very interested in making music shows, no matter what kind of music. But last year the hip hop show, the production, the quality, the design is very cool, and which is because all the crew, all the team are mostly operated by people from music and concert industry. So the camera, the music, the design, the concept, everything is more like YouTube or concert, and it's very popular in younger generation, in young people, young generation. So now because of the success, everybody want to try, but it's not an easy job. It's not easy for the TV station or for anyone to change their culture of work because they work
Mm.
in this way for a long time. Even for myself, I cannot say I can easily change myself. So
Right.
it takes some time, but I feel it's in a good direction. Yeah.
That's good to know. Despite the challenge, there's something good waiting for you guys, and then what you need to do. I mean, you guys certainly it sounds like you know what to do to get there. So I'm pretty pleased to hear that. And then do you have anything to say? I think I have like a lot of stories coming from this 1.5 hours
Yeah.
chatting with you. I'm really pleased to have you here. I'm really glad that we can connect again. Do you
Yeah.
have anything to
I'm
say?
very happy to connect with you again and talk to you. It's like a so long time, and
Yeah, man.
I always say like just like myself as example as well. I try other business. I try to leave the industry. So I tell most people about this. Like, if you ever been to this industry, you can never leave. You will return
Right.
one
It
day.
could be, yeah, this could be a curse or something. I don't know. But so far, I'm enjoying this. I learned a lot in the past 2 days interviewing old friends, and now I'm like really like getting some updates, and my brain is working correctly again, should I say. um so yeah, you have anything to say, or?
Yeah, this. Yeah, I think I say a lot.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
So pretty please
of
to,
course. We can chat another 6 hours.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So this is probably, this is not the last time that I'm going, because I have like some sort of other ideas in the future, but this is a good start. Thank you so much, Orbis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Thank
see
you
you.
so much.
I'll
Yeah.
see you again
So
sometime
happy
soon.
to see you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.